my name is Nicole, and this is my first YouTube video. I decided to do this because I'd like to share my story in the hopes to help others who are in a similar circumstance or a similar way. And if you are, I'm sorry. And hopefully maybe I can help. So I'm over 40. Clearly I'm a female. And I started practicing the art of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu as basically a last ditch effort. I had had a back surgery back in 2012. No, I'm sorry. 2013 was my surgery, and October of 2013. And that surgery had all the promises, right? You're going to be 100% better and life will be as it was before, etc. Which it was not. So I had an L4, L5 disectomy, and which is, from what I understand, a pretty typical, pretty routine surgery. It's done day in and day out. And waking up from the surgery into 24 hours post-op, 48 hours post-op, it was like I didn't even have it. So I won't go over in detail at this point what I did prior to and what I did post-operatively to feel better, to help with the discs in that area. That'll be for a different time. What I will say is that after many years, as a last ditch effort, I tossed the dice and started practicing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Game changer. Game changer is an understatement. Life changing in ways, of course, that I never would have anticipated, and again I'll go into that. And I feel like crying, which, right, of course I do. But I was out of pain. I was out of noticeable pain, and let me go back and say that I was in pain every single day, from a day or two after my surgery, when all the medication and everything wore away, until a good 3 to 6 months after I started jiu-jitsu. So I would say within about 3 months I noticed a difference in my daily pain level, and I was in pain every single day. I can't stress that enough. It was torture. So I went from being in pain, noticeable, recognizable, constant companion pain daily. Again, about 3 months in, I think I noticed a decrease in that pain. So we'll say that I was at about like 3 to 4 on a 1 to 10 pain scale level. I was at about a 3 to 4 daily, and maybe even upwards of like 5 to 6 on bad days where I stressed my back out a little bit more or was not as careful with it as I should have been. So upwards of maybe a 5 to 6. And then again, about 3 months in, I noticed that I was floating maybe around like a 2 regularly. And I would say at about 6 months in, I noticed that there were more days than not that I was not in pain. And now I'm not in pain daily. No pain daily. 0 pain every day. Unless I, am silly and I injure myself or, not being careful. So, hindsight, right? Hindsight 2020. all that good stuff. Of course, I wish I had started practicing jiu-jitsu when I was 2 years old. Like, how great would that be? But I really wish that I had done this, of course, at a much younger age. But I didn't, and I'm here now, right? And I'm able to do it now. And that's really what I want to share, is that it's never too late to start. The gym that I'm at, we've had new folks come in who are over 50, who are nearing 60, and who are not in shape. They're doing it. Like, they're doing it. They're giving it a go. And how great is that? Right? How great is that? So I'm here to say that, it's not too late, and you're not too out of shape. You're not too overweight. You're not too injured. Maybe in some circumstances you might be, but try it. Like, give it a go. Get your body moving. One of my training partners is also a doctor, and you know who you are. And he always says, motion is lotion. And the first few times he said that, like, I got it, but I didn't get it. And now I get it. I get it. Motion is lotion. And if I could, if I could go back and change anything, who knows if I would, right? Because I love right now. Right now is one of these. I love right now. And every moment got me to right now. So what was I saying? If I could change anything, I would have taken the dark years, which I'll talk about those, the time post-op to when I started jiu-jitsu. So again, my surgery was in October of 2013. It was just a handful of days after my wedding. That's an emotional story for another day. Leading up to the wedding, being in the hospital, just a week and a half before my wedding, my husband losing his eyesight right before our wedding. It's back. So, but he legit lost his eyesight. So 2013 to when I started practicing jiu-jitsu with regularity. So I count that time from when I joined the gym that I'm at now, because I had some time at another gym which was very sparse, and so I really count my journey from when I started to the first time I wore a gi, from when I joined my gym now. So, and that was March 15th, I believe, was the exact day of 2019. The day of filming today is September the 5th of 2021. So just over 2 years, just shy of 2.5 years I've been practicing. And within that time, I was out for a little bit of time due to 2 injuries. One was my neck. I had a couple of bulge discs in my neck, which I did not have surgery for. And the other was my right arm. I had some acute tennis elbow, and then I had a minor tear in, I don't know, muscle, tendon. I have the paperwork. I forget what it was. But those 2 injuries did put me out for a little while. And then, of course, we had COVID. And our gym was closed. I live in the state of Connecticut, and our gym was closed for a few months because of COVID. So I am sitting here today as a recently promoted 4-stripe white belt, which is still mind-boggling, and you know, I'm a little speechless to that, because it's amazing to be able to say that, and I'm really proud of that. And you know, there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into every single stripe on that belt. Again, I am over 40. Having started jiu-jitsu as someone who was injured or was in an injury, and you know, I never really thought about where the journey would take me, and it's taken me, you know, it's taken me on quite the path. So again, this is my first video. I really look forward to you know, talking about the time in between, you know, even the time before my surgery, and what I believe led me to my injury and needing to have surgery, the time after surgery, which I call the dark years because they were dark. You know, that time afterwards, what was suggested to me following my first surgery, which was the L4, L5 discectomy. I was told to have a fusion after that. I was told to have a nerve ablation. What? So, fortunately, my husband, who is, if you know me in real life, you know, my husband is my favorite person on the face of this earth, and if it wasn't for him, I would have had that fusion. I would have had a nerve ablation. I would have done 100 other things that, you know, would have been unnecessary, and they would have cost me time, and they would have cost us money, and they would have been really big band-aids and not an actual fix, right? Not an actual true solution to the problem. So I lost my train of thought. So Adrian, I love you, and thank you for always being my North Star. So yeah, so I'm going to talk about that time in between, and you know, I'll talk about what I do now. I don't just train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I also work. You know, I work full time. I work in a dental office, and I'm on the administrative team, so I have a pretty sedentary job. Up to filming this video, I've not been supplementing the training that I do in my gym with home training or any other workouts. I go for a walk occasionally, but occasionally is yeah, what is a word less than occasionally on some occasions? I don't know. So but that's in the works to be changed. So I'll be adding in some workouts at the gym here where we live, and also doing some training at home as well, just with some, you know, DVDs that we have here, Damien Maya, and you know, some BJJ Fanatics downloads that I've purchased. So hopefully I'll be able to take my knowledge and expand upon it. I'm looking to, of course, get better, but also get stronger. I'd like to strengthen my core a bit, you know, tone up in certain areas, and, you know, trim down a bit. and I'm excited for that. I've also recently changed my diet. I now eat a carnivore diet, and that's been going great, and I love it. And it is a way of eating that resonates with me and is really seeming to work well for my body. So yeah, I just want to keep talking, but I should probably end it here. So if you're watching, and if you watched all the way through, thank you so much. I'm excited to share. You know, I want to leave this earth having left it a little bit better. Whatever that means. I have an idea of what I think that means, and I would love to be able to help people. Anybody. Young, old, male, female, from whatever walk of life, wherever you are. I always want to help, and you know, if this helps someone out there, then yay. And yeah, so hopefully you'll stay with me for this, and thank you, and thank you for your time. I hope you have a killer day today, and a great rest of your week, great rest of your evening. It's Labor Day weekend, so yeah, I don't think we're gonna do anything, which we're homebodies. So yeah, that's it. All right, guys, thank you again, and until next time, peace.